7 News Detroit at 6 starts right now.
Now at 6, Detroit in the spotlight.
Millions of fans descend on Detroit for the NFL Draft.
This is our Christmas. This is the bucket list.
Hundreds of thousands of people from across the country descending on Detroit, giving us their first impressions.
I love Detroit. I actually do. I love it.
Tonight, we are taking you live to the heart of it all, hearing from all of you about your experience.
A handful of people from each fan base just giving each other crap and just dealing with it, and everybody's been good sports. It's been fun.
And breaking down the other big questions of the night, like what will the Lions do with their lowest first-round pick in years?
Can you believe it? It is finally here. After 2 years and countless hours of planning, Detroit is in the national spotlight, welcoming fans for the NFL Draft. These are live pictures from Chopper 7 of the red carpet preview at the Fox Theater. The next generation of NFL players are walking it right now. Our own Gina Trotman is there. We'll have more from her in just a moment. We are in the heart of it all in downtown Detroit. Thank you so much for joining us for a special NFL Draft edition of 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Mike Duffy. Do you feel that? That is the excitement in downtown Detroit. The scores of people out here tonight is the result of a touchdown for the Motor City. A blitz of fans representing their favorite team lining up outside of the draft footprint hours before it opened at noon today. And just moments ago, entry 2 into the draft was shut down due to crowd capacity.
Upwards of 400,000 people are expected to descend on our city over the next 3 days. We've been seeing the draft theater fill up in just the last couple of hours. Look at all of those people. And we are hearing from so many of you, from Vegas to Toronto and Chicago. Out-of-towners are giving their first impressions of Motown.
And that includes our food. We know Detroit has some of the best cuisine around. And now others are sharing that experience, from our food trucks to taking that first bite of a Coney dog.
So good. The draft has been so big for the community, and that continued today. Detroit Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown giving back and honoring local military members a day after his massive contract extension was announced.
Our 7 News Detroit team is spread out all over the downtown draft footprint, bringing you all the action right to your living room.
We kick it off with 7 News Detroit reporter Whitney Burney talking with fans at Hart Plaza. Whitney, what's going on now?
Hey guys, you know, in the last couple shots I had my jacket off. Now it's starting to get cold, but the energy around here is still hot. There's a lot going on. We got the 40-yard dash over here, which I ran earlier, and I smoked Darren Cunningham. No big deal, you know, but we've got this over here. We also got vertical jump over on this side. There's a lot going on down here. I got some friends here. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, how y'all doing? Let's go.
How you guys feeling about the draft so far?
Feeling great, amazing.
It's great here. It's great being here.
What are you guys hoping to see this evening when things actually start?
It's good to see some stars out here. Future Detroit Lions, Super Bowl champs 2025. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that a lot of kids that's born and raised from Detroit get drafted to Detroit Lions. You know, it'd be good to have a lot of hometown kids here on the team, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay. Now, guys, I told you there's a vertical jump going on. I'm going to go ahead and show you when I get a chance, whenever we're ready here. And we got one jump in here. He's going pretty hard. All right, you ready? Here we go.
Oh, I was going to do the fight. I was going to commentate fight. Uh-oh!
One. Hey, listen, vertically challenged.
That's all right, Whitney. We give you a 10.
That's
we give
right.
you a 10, girl, forever.
That was quite the hops.
Oh, I want to see that race with you and Darren, too.
Yeah.
All right, as we've been saying, hundreds of thousands of people are packing downtown Detroit, many visiting the city for the very first time, and we are shining bright like a Honolulu blue diamond.
A Honolulu blue sea. Now, our Team 7 coverage continues with 7 News Detroit's Darren Cunningham talking to out-of-towners at Campus Martius Park. Darren?
Yes, I have had the privilege, the honor of talking to folks from all over this beautiful country. Right now, first, I want to actually show you the various teams that are represented here. You got the Bengals, you got the Eagles, you got the Panthers. You got to have the Honolulu Blue. Lions, and the Steelers. And so I'm here with Matt. He's originally from Cincinnati, but now you live here, but you've kept your loyalty.
Oh, yeah. Grew up in Cincinnati for 18 years, moved up to Detroit, and, yeah, keep my team with me, but also go Lions.
And so, having been in the city not for very long, what are your impressions of the city?
It's a great fan base. Community's tight. They all support the Lions, all support all the sports and everything, even if the Pistons, they're rebuilding. But, you know, we get the Lions to cheer for, so that's been cool. All the playoff games coming downtown, great experience. So, yeah, it's been great.
Give me your thoughts on the city.
On the city?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, I mean, it's just great that this city is seeing success. Obviously, I come from a city that has a lot of success, but you know what? Detroit's number 2.
Detroit's number 2?
Yes, sir.
How do we get that number 1 spot?
Well, you got to win a Super Bowl, right? So hopefully that's coming soon.
All right. And so we talked to... No. Oh, okay. All right, we're going to keep it going here. All right. Carolina Panthers.
It's been a rough season, you know. We're trying to get back up there, get out there, and, you know, hopefully rebuild this year. You know, the whole team's just kind of going through their whole managerial restructuring, so I'm feeling confident about the next year, you know.
We've got to convert you to be Lions fans, but welcome to the city. Enjoy Detroit. Mike, Carolyn, back to you.
Now, Darren, before we let you go, Whitney said she smoked you in the 40. She put it on TV. You got anything to say about that?
Did. I'm a distance guy. I'm a distance guy, so it takes me about a mile or two to really get my speed going.
All right. Very reasonable, Darren. Thank you so much. Now, some music superstars will also be taking the stage.
Yes, indeed. Listen to this. In just a few minutes at 6:15, Detroit's very own Big Sean will take the stage. Tomorrow, the Detroit Youth Choir will perform at 6 p.m. and Bazzi will wrap up the event on Saturday once the draft selections are over. So some great talent going to be seen on the stage.
And we've been dancing the whole time. In the meantime, tonight the Lions have the 29th overall pick in the first round. The lowest pick that they've had in a really long time, which is the price of winning in the regular season.
Yes. We love it, though. Detroit is rolling out the red carpet for the future NFL superstars, quite literally.
Yes, future NFL superstars walk the red carpet at the Fox Theater before heading to the Draft Theater.
7 Sports anchor Gina Trotman was there and talking to Ohio State wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr., who is one of the top prospects in the draft. Take a look.
What does this opportunity mean to you after everything you've been through in your football career?
It means a lot. It means it's one step in the journey, but it's probably one of the biggest steps you take in your life, man, to be drafted. I'm super grateful, super blessed to be here.
Some of these guys have had their first visit to Michigan, but this is Big Ten country to you. Does it feel like that? Does it feel a little familiar?
Unfortunately, I haven't had the best opportunities against them, but I think it's my 3rd or 4th time here, so it is what it is.
All right, explain the necklace, explain the fit.
Yeah, so on one side we have, the Lion King, Simba and his dad. Other side, me and my dad. And that's just kind of my thing. The dad had his turn, now it's the son's turn, so I kind of look at it.
Beautiful. Enjoy the night.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That's Marvin Harrison, wide receiver from Ohio State. As you heard him, he doesn't care where he goes, whoever wants him, and he sure is to be projected to be a great wide receiver in the NFL. More stars are coming down the red carpet. Caleb Williams as well. Back to you guys.
Wow. I love seeing all of the fashion, the sunglasses, the jewelry, the suits.
And Gina had to put a coat on, but she had a really swanky outfit before that.
A beautiful gown, for sure. Well, after getting his big payday and contract extension, today Detroit Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown honored members of Michigan's Air National Guard during a special draft event.
And the goal was to show appreciation for all the hard work our servicemen and women do.
7 News Detroit reporter Tierra Braddock was at that event and has more with St. Brown and some service members about how much this means to them.
On the first day of the NFL draft in Detroit, Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown paid his respects to our servicemen and women.
The best fans in the world. I love you guys. Best city in the world.
St. Brown teamed up with USAA to host an event for members of the Selfridge Air National Guard base. During the event, St. Brown talked about his journey to the NFL and his $120 million contract with the Lions.
Gonna sign it in like a few hours, so gonna put pen to paper in a few hours. Gonna be excited.
After he spoke, St. Brown met with some of the service members.
Seeing him on TV and then being able to meet him in person, something like this, like we're really thankful to USAA and everything for being able to put this on for us.
Joe Fitzgerald just returned back home in Michigan after being deployed in the Middle East. He says having the draft in Detroit and being able to meet St. Brown were great welcome home presents.
It's a really exciting feeling to have this event in Detroit. Being a Lions fan, it's been a while since we've had something to cheer for. So for the Lions to be good to have the draft here in Detroit, it's a really, really, really awesome experience.
I also spoke with Jacob Bennett, a recruiter with the Air National Guard. He got a chance to meet St. Brown on Thursday, and he will also be a part of the draft.
Yeah, I get to fill out the #1 overall draft card, so that's a surreal experience for sure.
Any message to the servicemen and women here?
Man, just thank you for their time, for their service. I feel like maybe sometimes some people might underappreciate what they do for us, for our country. But for me, it's like they put their lives on the line, and I feel like there's nothing greater than that.
Reporting in Midtown, Tierra Braddock, 7 News Detroit.
Okay, Tierra, making us all very proud. Thanks so much for that report. Now, over the last 2 years, the city has gone through a massive transformation to make the NFL draft a reality in Detroit. We could see it all unfold right in front of our eyes, especially over the last few months.
That is for sure. Joining us now is the hardest working mayor around, Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan. Oh my goodness, you have been working around the clock, sir, going here, there, and everywhere, making sure this is going off without a hitch. How happy are you that it's finally here?
You know, it's spectacular. You know, I was out at 8:30 this morning and it was freezing cold. Then the sun came out, it warmed up, and they opened the gates almost an hour early. The crowds were so big and people are smiling, and this is a special time.
Very special time. Now, you guys kind of made it look easy. Some of us feel like this went up overnight, but what goes on behind the scenes that we don't even notice?
Yeah, well, Sunday morning we'll talk about whether it was easy. We still have a ways to go here, but so far it's been flawless. But the Visit Detroit folks, Claude Molinari, the Downtown Partnership with Eric Larson, Sports Commission, Dan Gilbert and Bedrock, everybody just worked seamlessly. If you saw the chart of how many pieces it took to do this, everybody played their role and they've done it beautifully. The NFL's been great to work with.
Oh, that's amazing. You know, the city has put on so many amazing events with big crowds, but this has got to be the biggest of them all. I mean, we were here at like 11 a.m.
Yep.
That line was stretching down the block.
So last June we were talking about, oh my God, they're moving the Grand Prix from Belle Isle to downtown. How's it going to be? That is small compared to what we've got here, but I'm proud of the way our General Services Department looks. This city looks spectacular. You won't see any litter anywhere. You don't see any graffiti anywhere. The city's shining, and I think it's something that a lot of people are going to remember.
You definitely have so much to be proud about. Now, what is your hope for the city after all the fans leave?
Well, almost everything we did is going to stay. So, you know, we fixed the sidewalks. We replaced the broken down lampposts. But everything we said is, I want to know what it's going to be like a year after the NFL draft is left. The downtown is still going to look like this, and the investments will be here. Even Verizon, the CEO was here, told me that a lot of the investments they've made in the high-speed connections are going to stay.
Last question. You got on your Detroit Lions jacket, 29 pick. What are you hoping for?
I have complete confidence in Brad Holmes. Whatever he does, I'm good with.
All right, well, we have complete confidence in you. Thank you so much for everything that you do for this city, and thanks for putting this spectacular show on.
Great to be with you.
Yeah, thank you for your time, Mr. Mayor. Still ahead on 7 News Detroit at 6, out-of-towners getting their first taste of the Motor City.
Detroit's food scene proudly on display for the NFL draft. What people are getting next.
And the cold is sticking around for the NFL draft. 7 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Dave Rexroth with what we can expect tonight and the freeze warning that lasts until tomorrow.
You are watching 7 News Detroit at 6. Welcome back. This is a live look at the NFL fan experience along Monroe Avenue. Look at that. That is a sea of people. Incredible. For sure. We are less than 2 hours away from the start of the NFL draft. And with hundreds of thousands of fans packing downtown Detroit, many of them are tasting our famous Detroit food for the very first time.
Local food trucks in Detroit, Coney Islands are scoring big. 7 News Detroit's Simon Shaquette is also sampling some of our best and talking with visitors, a restaurant owner, and a Lions fan about their experience.
Many visiting Detroit for the first time tell us their experience has to include some of our delicious food. And they're sharing exactly what they're having.
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Who are you representing here?
Mika Parsons, right here in the Dallas Cowboys.
In the heart of downtown Detroit, the first day of the NFL Draft is attracting countless visitors, hungry for both the event and the food that comes with it.
The deep dish was amazing.
Serious question, where do you like to get your Coney dogs? Lafayette or American?
It's got to be Lafayette.
And he's not alone. We saw firsthand.
We came all the way to Canada for this.
This crew from Chicago, including a Seattle Seahawks fan, digging into Detroit-style Coneys at Lafayette for the very first time.
I just saw it online that it's like the place to be here, so just kind of showed up. I think I got a Coney and a Lafayette.
A few seconds later, we captured his very first bite. What do you think?
Oh, pretty good.
Getting it Detroit style with chili, mustard, and onion?
That's the only way to go.
Back in the mix in Capitol Park, many families from out of state indulging in delicious burgers from the Rolling Stoves in Farmington. And other favorite names from the D, like Slow's Barbecue.
You came here all the way from Kansas City. What are you eating?
Smash burger with salt, pepper, fries.
We're from Macomb Township, and we chose this because I'm pregnant, and this is morning food when you're pregnant.
From fries to savory snacks, even I had to take a moment for myself and get a taste before making it back to Grand Circus Park to sample something almost as sweet as the draft.
Thank you.
Within this space filled with a variety of more food trucks, I met Uncle Calvin Richardson, a proud Detroiter whose sweet potato pies are quickly becoming a top pick.
What is unique about Uncle Calvin's sweet potato pies?
It's got my mother's love in every one that we make.
Now, food vendors from outside Michigan say they're also having an incredible experience, and they can't wait to come back again after the draft. From downtown, Simon Shaquette, 7 News Detroit.
I'd like a Coney dog right about now. Wouldn't that be great?
That sounds delicious.
Let's turn now to the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Dave Rexroth is back at Broadcast House in South. I know Rexy likes to eat, too.
We all love to eat. What can fans expect tonight, Dave?
Carolyn, that Rolling Stoves, that's a good burger. I know you're a burger gal, so
you know
check that one out, too. Hey, little extra calories wouldn't hurt tonight into tomorrow morning because of the cold. Let me show you what's going on with temperatures now and how we get into the weekend. 51 in Detroit, 48 in Port Huron, 52 in Pontiac right now, low to mid-50s generally, but tonight we get colder and colder and colder. So on the east side, all the light blue areas here, it is a frost advisory. That includes Detroit, 1 a.m. to 8 a.m., low temperatures 33 to 38, but you get to Lapeer, Oakland, Livingston, and Washtenaw just a degree or two colder. When you're flirting with that freezing mark, that can make a difference. So 30 to 32 for lows through 8 o'clock in the morning, and that's a freeze warning again in the interior counties. 37 tonight. Freeze warning again west. Frost advisory basically east. 42 is the normal low. Northeast winds around 5 to 10, clear skies. Look what's going on to our northwest. We are at 51 here. It's 67 Minneapolis. Fargo 78. They hit 80 today. We will flirt with 80 before the weekend's over. Kind of wild to think about these huge swings. Clear skies, clouds off to our southwest. It takes a while to get here, so we've got some time with the clear skies tonight. Tomorrow morning, here's 9 o'clock, not a cloud in the sky, I think, and we get into the evening hours, especially from about 10 o'clock on. You can see the showers coming in, taking over Friday night into Saturday morning. This is 9 o'clock or so. The showers move out. That's the widespread, steadier actions. Then there could be a scattered shower or an isolated thunderstorm through the rest of Saturday. But the opportunity comes down a lot after 9 o'clock in the morning. Here's Saturday night, midnight. A couple of showers and thunderstorms possible to our north. They might be severe, actually, in the Saginaw Valley. That's not our issue here. And then here's Sunday, a couple of scattered showers going through. So it's kind of a busy pattern. But the big thing is really cold tonight, 31 in Lapeer, 32 in Pontiac, 31 in Howell, 36 in Mount Clemens, 37 in Detroit. And from there, it is onward and upward. Tomorrow, sunshine. Then here come some of those high clouds as we move through. Top temp will be 65 and mid-60s, the general rule tomorrow as we go along. But then we go 76 Saturday, 79 Sunday, 78 Sunday. And we keep the low to mid-70s going next week as well. Yeah, it's not the greatest for dry weather, especially once we get to Sunday, but it's warming. We're back with more coming up.
Hey, we are live downtown, getting ready for the draft. What will Brad Holmes do? That's been a question on the minds of Lions fans since Detroit lost in the NFC Championship game. Picking 29th overall. What is the Lions' window of success? How big is that window? Brad Holmes will dive into that, and we will hear what NFL Network experts are thinking about where J.J. McCarthy goes tonight in the first round. That's all next in sports. After the Lions lost in the NFC Championship to the 49ers, Brad Holmes held his usual season-ending press conference. He addressed the fans and said, I don't want anyone to think this is a Cinderella magical one-shot story. This is exactly what was supposed to happen, Holmes said. And he said then, in February, he likes the window the Lions are in. So what does that mean for the 29th overall pick tonight that the Lions currently hold? Will they use it to go all in, move a chip, and potentially trade up? Here's what Holmes said just days before tonight's draft.
I just think if we just keep improving every single year through doing it through our process, that's what we've been doing, and that's what we'll continue to do. And I think when you start getting into, well, we got this window, so we got to do this, and we got to pivot, and that's when I think you kind of get a little bit in trouble.
We're excited to have the ABC broadcast here, our full hour pregame show. We'll get you ready for the draft. And on NFL Network, Charles Davis is among the analysts that thinks J.J. McCarthy will go high. Davis believes the Patriots will take him at number 3 overall.
A Michigan man led him for a long time. Michigan man may be running it back, and you have an owner who has a great affection for that Michigan man, who has said he wants his new franchise quarterback. He may have a few things to say about this one. So I took a shot. Dartboard, meet dart.
JJ is a winner. I love his selflessness, but also his maturation as a quarterback. So that's what somebody's going to get, is somebody that just understands how to operate and is incredibly talented. Where I think he'll go, I still think Minnesota's probably the location for him, but I wouldn't rule out Las Vegas. I think those two places are the ones that I would target as good landing spots for JJ.
One of the best people I've ever been around, ever covered, one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of Michigan, maybe the greatest ever to wear the maize and blue uniform during his collegiate career. He's watching nearby with a group of about 100 people close to him. We wish him good luck tonight. The buzz down here, you guys, is unbelievable, and the scene overhead, I don't think has ever been topped in one of these road NFL drafts, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah. It is saying a lot. I mean, I don't know that I knew what to expect, but as I look out, I am truly amazed, and you can just feel it in your soul, in your body.
And we've been counting down for so long, it's hard to believe that this moment is actually here.
Look at that countdown clock, baby. Just minutes now. Let's go.
Let's go. As always, thank you so much for watching 7 News Detroit at 6. World News Tonight with Davey Muir is next.
That's followed by our pre-draft special Detroit on the clock at 7, leading into the first round of the draft.